Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. In today's video, we are going to have very interesting discussion. Please watch the video from the beginning up to the end. And please don't forget to put a notification bell. And also, if you have not yet been positioned to actually subscribe to this platform, please subscribe so that we don't leave you behind. We keep on moving, together. A lot has actually been happening, and we shall be in position to have those discussion today in this video. And I can assure you that we shall be bringing you, as the occur. So please remember to always put that notification bell. Very important. Now, the father to the travel commando actually visited him at the construction site. And the travel commando was able to take him to tour the compound and also to check on the house, how it is, and to ensure that actually what his son is doing is actually right. And when he was there, he actually appreciated what his son is actually doing in improving the life of this video in the village. He appreciated, and he actually, had to give his son a handshake for the good work that he's doing in supporting the widow in this community. It was really a very good gesture from the father to the travel commando to actually go and visit his son in that construction. At first, it was his mother who actually visited the construction site. And she actually prayed for Goko, and things moved so well. And now his father also took a step and actually visited the construction site. It was a very good gesture. And you really see respect between the two people. The respect between the travel commando and his father. You really see mutual understanding. A family that actually they do their things together. They move together. Where the son is, the father will always go and check. However busy he is, also that is what the mother did. A very good gesture. Some individuals will be doing those things and they will not even mind to tell their parents what they are actually doing. But for the travel commando, he has been in position to invite his parents to actually come and see what he has been doing. Big up to you, the travel commando. And it's really a very good gesture to how individuals should be showing respect to their parents. It's actually a good one. Big up to you every time. The travel commando has actually been working so hard to improve the life of Goko in this community. He has tried all his level best. He has been in position to complete the house within 19 days. Now the house is only being waiting. We are just waiting for him to hand over the house to grandma. But I can assure you that the individuals who will always want to put wrong intention, wrong kind of, words outside there to try to disorganize, to confuse people, our good people outside there. But in today's video, we are going to be in position to handle some of those issues in this video today. But before we go to that, I would actually want to take you on the issue of the wall fence. The wall fence have started. The travel command have started working on the wall fence and his team. And the person who was actually in charge of that was Chacha Tales. I hope I've mentioned his name. To ensure that everywhere where the wall fence is going to pass is actually what can be a good place, so a large place, so that the grandma can be in position to keep her animal inside, not every day disturbing herself because she's old. You know, she can be in position to graze her animals inside the fence there, like goats. You know, even chickens. Chickens can be there. You know, so the person who has been in that section was actually Chacha Tales, because I saw the travel commander when he came back, he was just inspecting the foundation that people were able to dig for the wall fence. You know, because Chacha Tales knows more about the land than the travel commando. And I remember very, very well, the travel commando actually told Chacha Tales that please make consultation where the road can be and where the wall fences will pass. And Chacha Tales actually did that. So the next day, these people went and started working on, on the wall fence. But I can assure you, there is an evil man who wants to taint the name of the travel commando to make him actually look so bad in the face of the public. And he has come with a very, very wrong allegation that actually the travel commando is doing things in that compound without any consultation. That is wrong and that is misleading. Because I remember very, very well, when they were to construct the house of grandma, consultation were made, and they pointed for them that if they are to build a house, build it there, and the house was put there. So this fella, who is so confused, this Gaity guy, has come out with a lot of allegation, calling the travel commando all sorts of names, that is behaving like he's the husband to Coco. That is an insult. That is making decision by his own. He's not consulting. But you are just sitting in your smaller corner and you are making noise. You actually don't know some of these decisions that are being created, agreed upon in the village. You don't know. But you are just coming in your corner and you're making a lot of noise, throwing a lot of accusation. That is an insult to Goko. It shows how disrespectful Gaity is. This small guy, like a mosquito, is really very, very disrespectful. You can imagine this stick boy is actually having a very, very long mouth. He says things without thinking. For him, he feels to whom it may concern. The word that comes from his mouth, he does not care. It is impact to the people whom he is throwing those words to. You cannot come out and say such a thing. That is disrespect. This Gaity man, if I'm to make it very, very clear, I think he was raised by a drunkard. A drunkard who did not actually train him well. Because the way he talks, always, he has no respect. He talks and he does not care what happens. He talks without thinking. What the travel commando has been in position to do to this old woman, even if you don't have eyes, you would be appreciating. But the only thing he can do is to come out with the only wrong allegation, throwing a lot of rubbish outside there to try to bring commotion. These individuals actually didn't want this project to continue. But our good people outside there did not listen to their stupidity. did not listen to their madness. And the project is now almost getting done. The house is complete. They have started working on the wall fence. And these individuals, these things are still paining them. You have not even been in position to contribute any single coin. But the way he's opening his mouth, the way he's throwing a lot of words towards the traffic commando, it is actually alarming. I hope one day you will get what you want. Because your reasoning is a reasoning for a stupid man. A man who does not wish other people well. You know? You cannot be coming out and saying that the traffic command is making decisions like he's the husband of Goko. What are you trying to show other people outside there? What are you trying to bring? What are you trying to put across? You know? That type of disrespect is not actually good. It's not. This is a guy who used to abuse children. This is a guy who used to talk badly about children. And that same mentality has not stopped. He is still continuing with that type of behavior. That shows you the way this guy was raised in his life. You know? It shows. It is not actually right. It is not right. The traffic commando is trying all his best to help this old man. People would be actually appreciative. But individuals with no brain, with no shame, they are coming out and throwing a lot of words. You know? Who told you consultation were not made? You won't tell me Chacha, Tails, you know? These are not members of this extended family. They are members of this extended family. And they actually know where the land of grandma stops. They know. So for Gaiti to come out and start throwing this kind of words, that is not right. That is not right. And for his audience actually to give him good advice, they are actually encouraging him to continue throwing a lot of useless words outside there. Just because he wants to hurt somebody. What if grandma was to listen to that such of a statement? How this stupid young man is throwing words outside there. A man without wisdom. A man without purpose in life. The only thing he knows what he knows to do is actually to cause destruction. To cause pain. That is what he always does best. You know? He's a very confused individual. This Gaiti man. Very confused. He looks like, you know, he has lost it in life. And only talking about the travel commando probably is what is giving him change in his life. But he looks to a man like, you know, this man looks like he does not eat. He looks like he's sick. But the words that comes from his mouth is actually very, very terrible. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Let's first of all watch this clip. And then when we come back, we shall continue with this video very, very strongly.
Where the wall will be, which road will be closed, and which one will be open, without the homeowner. I mean, it's crazy. Be doing. We will close this road. We will donate this piece of land for roads. How do you do that? Are you the husband? Are you the husband to grandma? You know, it's crazy. But unfortunately, people like you, Julia Thomas, you won't see. Anyway, let's talk about grandma and her health. And why does she not want to eat?
He could have come with another bike. Or you already have the food?
We have the food.
Yeah, go see grandma. Quickly. Yeah, I don't want to go. You guys didn't wear a helmet. Let me give you a helmet also.
Grandma, he's here making decision on her behalf. Donating land for the road, closing some road and opening some new one, deciding where the road and the whatever will be. You know, it's as if Maro is the husband to grandma. You know, I don't understand that kind of relationship. Where do you get such much power to decide where the wall will be, which land you will be donating to the road? Oh.
So actually, when you listen to that stupid man, You know, there are people who just make videos because they just want to make views. And there are individuals who will never be appreciative in this world. JT want to tell us that all what the travel commander has been in position to do to this old woman, changing her life with the support of his subscribers, all what he has done is rubbish. Is that what he's trying to tell us? You know? Because if you are saying he's making decisions about the road and the rest, and you're calling him all these useless kind of things, then comfortably I will say, Gaity, you are running mad very soon. You are running mad very, very soon. There are boys who are actually the members of that extended family. And they have been in that construction site from day one. You know? They have been there. And even when you want to talk all those useless words, those words will actually do nothing. The construction is continuing. For us, what we are minding of, let the project gets done, and the building and everything is handed over to Coco, because that will be her property, and it is her property right now. That is her land, that is her house, that is her everything. The travel commando does not have any piece of land in that home. It does not. Because the very Gaity made a video and he was saying that the travel commando invited Congress dad to actually survey the place, to survey the land. And they're looking for ways how to buy off the place. You can imagine how this guy can openly lie in the face of the public and does not actually care what he's doing. What he minds of is to put what his viewers actually want to listen to. The lies. You mean, even people who follow this guy, they won't tell us that they are so stupid that they cannot see the truth. And some of these individuals, they are actually very, very well educated people. People who reason. People whom I expect to actually be advising him that what you are doing is actually wrong. But they are also very stupid. They are there encouraging him to continue doing what he's doing. You can imagine the level. Some people went to school just for the sake of going to school. But stupidity will never go out of their heads. You know? Because when you look at what this Gaity guy is doing, this is a guy who is full of lies. A guy who is full of hate. A guy who is full of creating chaos. A guy who promotes division. A guy who does not care about anybody in any way, including Grandma Coco. For him, he does not care. Whether people are going to help Coco or not, he does not care. Whether his videos can cause a little impact for some individuals not to give finances to help Coco, for him, he does not care. So long as he makes views for himself and spreading hate, that is what makes him happy. One day you'll pay. I want to make it very, very clear to you that everything that you have been in position to promote for quite a good period of time right now, one day it might end up costing you. We shall be here to observe. because he has been trying to promote a very, very wrong agenda to try to destroy the travel commando for quite a long period of time. And anything that the travel commando always try to do is always at the forefront to try to interrupt so that such what he's doing does not go as planned. But this time around, he's actually very, very much ashamed of himself. And he should be ashamed. Because these are individuals who are actually campaigning about this house, for this house not to get over. But let me tell you, there is nothing that you'll stop, because it is not your project. It's a project for somebody who minds about cocoa in the village. You know, let me tell you, the joy and the happiness Cocoa is going to be having in her heart, I can assure you, she will live to remember that through her life. And individuals who are actually talking rubbish in their platforms, you know, we pray that at some point you will start reasoning. If you know there are things that you cannot do in life, live for people who can actually do it. You know, I wonder if some individuals have ever asked themselves questions like, how comes it's only the travel commando who can make it? Who can do such projects? If you think it is very easy to actually convince your subscribers to help you to construct the house, you go and try it in your village and leave interrupting the progress that the travel commando is actually trying to do. He has tried all his best and everything is moving in order. Is Gaity really just jealous of the old woman? Is he just jealous of the old woman? You know? Because really, this is an old woman who is actually very, very desperate for help. And now help have come, and there are individuals who are trying to fight this help. It is actually very, very alarming that some individuals here in Africa will always try to fight development, will always want to fight good things that are happening to other people. You know, these are individuals who would be proud now, praising the travel commando for the good things that he's doing in supporting this old woman, in changing the life of this old woman, who is trying to make it, make it happen for this old woman. But instead, a fool outside there, sitting at the corner, is coming with the wrong allegation and calling him, the travel commando, all sorts of them, accusing him, throwing words here and there, just because you hate seeing what he's doing. You hate seeing the progress in this community. You hate seeing this old woman happy. You come out with videos to try to destroy the person who is helping. You come up with videos to spread hate. You come up with a video to destroy. You come up with videos to cause problems. That is what KT is always after. I would really want to give you a piece of advice. If you feel what the travel commando is doing not good at all, please stop making videos about him and go and help some old woman there, and we shall be praising you. Because for us, what we all want to see is development. The life of people are changing in the community. People are moving from sleeping from muddy houses to permanent houses, just like what the travel commando is actually doing in changing the life of this old woman. Let's be appreciative in life. Spreading hatred, division, commotion is not going to make us develop. It will destroy us, it will finish us, and we shall not move anywhere. So Gaity, please, you style up. You start conducting yourself like a person who have gone to school. It is not all about coming in your platform and talking nonsense. You know, that is not how we are going to transform Africa. We need to unite and move forward. But if you think this division, hatred you're spreading is going to help you, one day it will break you. You know, you can imagine Gaity is coming out with a lot of stories about Brian. It seems like he knows much about Brian. Maybe he knows the father to Brian. If you know, come out clearly, but you stop hiding yourself. You know? The traffic woman has come to help, and that is exactly what he's doing. And he has his land, he has his family. You think there is something that is so special that the traffic woman needs in that home? With all what he has, let's learn to respect each other. But if you feel that is what is best for you, soon things will turn ugly for you. Because I remember very, very well, when things turned very ugly for him, he was crying like a monkey. He was very desperate. And you are still looking for those kind of things. Let me tell you, very soon, you never know, the ball might come to your side. And then, the videos that you are making, accusing and talking badly about other people, might actually have an impact in your life. You need to be very, very careful with the type of words that you are throwing outside there. Is helping this old woman a crime? No. Does this old woman needed help? Yes. And now help has come. Let us embrace the help. You know? This throwing words is not going to help. It is just going to destroy and cause commotion, division in our villages. And please, stop spreading wrong information in your platforms. However much you are desperate for money, it is not going to help you with the time. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. I was able to watch a video from this stupid old man called Cohera. You know? Cohera was throwing allegation to Congress dad that he was able to sit on a motorcycle with a young girl. And they were going to the market. You see, individuals who have bad minds will always think on the opposite direction. You know? You need to be very, very careful with what you put outside there. In most cases, it shows who you are. Because somebody sitting on a motorcycle with a lady, then you start throwing words towards him. How many people are sitting on the same motorcycle here with women? Or a woman sitting on the same motorcycle with a man? You know? How comes now that one has become a very big thing to Cohera? It shows your reasoning. Because in most cases, for example, even when you're in the cities, like in my city here, you find a border board is carrying two people, a woman and a man. So when you share a motorcycle with a woman, it means that is your wife. Here in the city, it's very common. Even in villages, you find some, but these border borders are carrying two people. You know? For like, I'm stopping in front there. You sit, we go. You give me some little money. This is how border borders are making money in the villages. But now because Congress dad sat in the motorcycle with a lady, that has become a topic. It has become a very serious topic to some of these individuals. You stop spreading wrong information because you have an evil way of thinking. You know? Cohera does wrong things. If you look at the wife of Cohera, that is his daughter, by the way. That is actually his daughter. The one he's calling his wife. That is his daughter. You know? But when you see somebody sitting on a motorcycle, he did not even see, it's a hearsay. But the way he's emphasizing on it, like himself, he saw it. A stupid old man with no vision. You know? Cohera is so stupid. Very, very stupid old man. You know? I always say, an old man who is producing at that age, what do you expect from such a person? You know, sometimes he forgets that some of the things when he's talking about, he's actually talking about himself. Look at his wife. That woman qualified to be his child. You know? And he's here throwing a lot of words like he does not actually reason. You know? A stupid old man who is actually jealous. Very, very jealous of what is happening at Congress Dad's home. He's seeing a lot of progress. He's seeing a lot of development happening there. Now he's coming that he's also, my friend, you are not okay in your stomach. Now you see he has a lot of a swelling on his neck, like, you know, these cows, the smaller cows, the calf, when they're growing, when they're young and they're still growing and they're still, you know, milking. There is some disease that always comes to disturb their chi, you know, a swelling around here on their chi. Cohera is actually having, when you look at Cohera very seriously, keenly, Cohera has a swelling, you know. Cohera is not doing well. Instead of going and getting treatment, you are there, you know, opening your mouth like a madman, you know, throwing a lot of words here and there, you know. When are you going to grow up and stop talking about useless things? I expect an old man like Cohera now to come and start talking, be advising the youth of good things, good programs that they can do to change the narrative in their life. But only is coming out to talk rubbish. He's coming out just to talk, you know, a bitter man who is actually very busy admiring the progress of someone's home. You know, why don't you focus at yourself and start changing something about yourself? But you won't talk about Congress Dad. You know, he's growing sugarcane, he's doing this, he's buying land in the wrong way. The man is developing and for you are lamenting. You know, you are even seeing that the man is buying more pieces of land. The children are progressing. The children are doing well. You are still calling him all sorts of names. Can't you even one day sit down and think of yourself that if that man was able to do all the things, what about you as Cohera? What are you doing? You are only relying on the land of your forefathers. You are not expanding, you know? And you want to compare yourself with Congress Dad. Don't even first see that the man has moved far much in life. The children are doing well. And for you, you know, you are very happy jubilating with your poverty. You are sitting in the corner. You only open the books of lamentation. That's the only thing you know. Every day you wake up in the morning, you are lamenting. Every day you wake up in the morning, you are lamenting. Every day you wake up, you are throwing words. You are accusing people. You are doing what? Do you even have time to sit down and think of yourself as Cohera? You know? Okay, now you have lamented from, it's almost coming to 1 year. What have you achieved with all those kind of talks? What have you been in position to achieve with throwing those words? You ask Cohera. I'm just asking you in a polite way. You know, the words that you have been throwing here and there, how has it helped you? You have been accusing Congress Dad for a lot of things. Eh? So how has it benefited you as Cohera? Has it changed your life? Has it made you now you are reasoning as a mature man, an old man who's supposed to advising people in the community? You know? How have you benefited out of those nonsense? How? You should come out and tell us that from the time I started talking about Congress Dad, this is what I've been in position to, you know, to change in my story. You know? Because talk about things that you will see that it will help you. So now all the discussion that you have had about Congress Dad, how has it benefited the youth in the community? How? What good example have you come up with? Apart from you producing now more children, you are growing old, you are producing. You know? It is actually not right. And sometimes when we come here and we put it directly on your face, you start calling us that, no, we are doing what and what. But we tell you the way it is. Because mentally we see that your reasoning capacity is starting to reduce. And you need to start looking for something to do. Maybe you start going to graze, but even grazing cattle you cannot do. You know, what can you do really? What can you do, Cohera? Even you cannot go and fetch water. You're weak. What can you do? Eating only. But how comes that this old man claims that he's weak, but he's still producing? Well, you know, a very confused old man who is actually not reasoning. His brain is not helping him. But when he wakes up in the morning, he's lamenting. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Let's first watch this clip, and then when I come back, we shall continue with this video very, very strongly.
What's that? Escorting a lady on a motorbike when rider and he on the back, the lady is behind. And then the cap was downward. I repeat this. Ask Mayani and Suwan and check their video. Now surely, if that is true, where is the world going? Where is the world heading to? At the daylight, at the daytime, running with somebody's young girl to a marketplace, where were you heading to? What were you going to do with her? And in this case, just imagine Cohera Senior putting a young girl in the middle of the motorbike is moving. Now, how about if there is a pump, or there is an emergency brake just ahead of us, and this rider must save. Then she abruptly stops. What happens? We call it a state of inertia. A state of inertia, if you understand English. We call it a state whereby you go and then come back and then you settle. What happens? What was happening?
So, actually, when you listen to Cohera, according to him, by the way, you think he's reasoning. But he does not know that he's actually exposing how evil-minded he is. You know? You can see what he's actually thinking of. You know? He only think of weird things. For him, he thinks that what he does, other people also do. That's what he think of. He's a very, very evil old man. And I said it long time ago, that the way I look at Cohera might be a witch. And it's not far away from it. You know? Because Cohera has been in position to come up with some stories that people need to bring water from Argentina and water from Africa here, mix it together, and you bathe with a child. That is Cohera. You can imagine that type of an old man. And if you are to be a neighbor to such an old man, my friend, you can even take your wife. That is Cohera. That bring water from Argentina, mix it with this and of Africa, and we bathe the child. Now what is that? What was he telling us? Such an old man that is giving advice, and now you see how he's talking nonsense here. And he is serious. According to him, he thinks he's reasoning by the way. He does not actually now see that his reasoning is deteriorating. Age is catching up. And he's going to start making a lot of errors in his platform. A lot of errors. You know? And why are you bringing somebody who is not actually even in the YouTube platform? Cohera, you just don't know that people are sympathizing with you. Please conduct yourself. Be a mature man whom people are supposed to be respecting in the community. But now you are becoming a nuisance. You know? You are becoming a problem. You are not a public nuisance. What you speak does not portray your age. Actually, what you speak makes you look stupid. The words that comes from your mouth that does not portray whom you are supposed to be. You are supposed to be an old man that people are supposed to be respecting, speaking sense. But what you are talking about is all about rubbish. Even sometimes when I look at you with what you are talking, you know, you're confused, like the words that comes from your mouth. You yourself, you don't respect yourself. You don't. And you think you expect other people to respect you, and you're conducting yourself in such a manner. You're behaving like a fool in the community. You are acting so stupid, and you expect people to respect you that you're an old man. No wonder a lot of people don't want to associate themselves with you, because you are actually a very stupid old man. An old man with no vision. An old man with no direction. An old man who have lost it in life. Watch out with what comes from your tongue. You need to be very, very careful. This is a time that you're supposed to be having with your grandchildren. You know? But you're wasting your prime time making noise. You know? Making noise. You're a very bitter old man. How will that bitterness help you? Can't you start doing something better for yourself? You know? You go and take care of your cattle. By throwing a lot of words here, trying to cause commotion. The person you are talking about, me, I can say that he has something. He has something. You're accusing him, you're throwing this and this. Let me tell you, you will never be him. He has left you miles and miles and miles in life. The way when I look at Cohera, it's just like a youth in the community who is starting life. That's the way I look at Cohera. He looks like a youth in the community who is just starting life, who is gambling. You know? Who is gambling to change the narrative. You are now competing. Your frustration one day will do for you the worst. You're a frustrated man. A man with you're almost losing your dignity. Yes. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Yes, today we are going to have 2 videos. Please remember to put a notification bell so that you don't miss out on some of these videos that will be coming directly to your screen. Thank you so much for watching. Please come again. A very special greetings to all of you watching me from USA, UK, Canada, and all of you watching me from the Caribbean. Not forgetting our good people here in Africa. Big up every time, and thank you so much for always making it here and ensuring that we move together in one speed, in one spirit. Big up every time. Let's meet again in our next video. May God bless all of you. See you again when you see me.